everybody. Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group, family of companies. Yo. And welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right. And today, our episode, this has been one that we've talked about quite a bit over the last year and a half. Our 56-unit horror story.
Part one.
Yeah, this is part uno.
Yes.
Because it deserves more than one part.
Yes, there's going to end up, I think, to be 3.
I figured.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured as much. So we'll start out with the acquisition. So we got this seller, and he had 13 single family, 2 duplexes, right?
12 single
12 single family,
3 duplexes,
and then a 48 unit and an 8 unit.
That's right.
But he wouldn't sell us the 48 unit and 8 unit without selling the single family duplexes, and he wouldn't sell us the single family duplexes without the 2 apartments. So we couldn't break it up. So, well, we're at this point we weren't interested in multifamily. We're rethinking, and so we immediately went out and looked for a buyer, found a buyer, and that started the process. And we just knew that once that closed, we could close on the other 15 properties. This is what we wanted for a turnkey. And so we're going to talk about this here in a second, but right when we found the buyer, COVID hit.
Yes.
Shut everything down. Everyone got all paranoid about even walking in the property. So it took him a couple months to get his lender out there and to do an inspection. And then that lender fell through. And so then it took him a few more months to find another lender. And then after he found that lender, then he started playing around with us about price. And that was when we said, you know what? Sorry, we're done with you. We're going to buy it.
That's right.
And that's when this one said, I'll buy it in 2 weeks. And everyone went, and and you did.
Yes.
And so we bought, that was the beginning of October. We closed the middle of October, right?
Yes, October 15th, 2020.
Yep. And so then we closed on the 48 unit, the 8 unit, and the 12 single family and 3 duplexes all at one time.
Woo-hoo!
Obviously, that was the most we've ever bought in one day.
Yes.
So it happened on one day, and we go to the title company to close.
Yes. Is this where I take over?
This is where you jump in.
So we get keys. Guess what? The keys don't work.
And all 15 properties here and all 56 units here.
Yes, yeah. Total mess. But we don't understand exactly what's going on. We're like, this is weird. This sucks.
Yeah, this is interesting.
But we didn't realize what was to come. We thought, okay.
We were still riding the high that we just bought all these properties.
Yes, exactly
right.
Wow,
the keys don't work. Oh, okay. Well, we'll figure it out.
And as we start exploring, we start learning that the supervisor for these properties.
Yes, there is a supervisor, which is probably a very poor term.
To be used for this particular person.
And so this guy was handling everything. He was like the property manager for the previous owner. This guy was handling everything, but come to find out, well, he's a drug addict and a drug dealer. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. And so what he was doing is he was actually signing leases and getting people to move in. And then when they moved in, he would get people, I'll actually touch on this. He was getting them to sign over their Section 8 and Social Security checks.
Yes.
Right to him.
Yes.
And so we're not actually sure what money actually made it to the previous owner. But this guy had a racket.
Yes.
And not only of those 56, but also of those single families too.
Yeah, and the duplexes. That's right.
He was running everything, and he had such a racket, and that's when we came in.
He was even pulling people out of the rehab program. I can't remember what it was called.
It's like the next step. They get out of drug rehab and they go to a safe house.
Yeah.
Where they can rehabilitate still.
Yeah.
And continue to stay off drugs.
And those people would help with the rent payments, right?
Yep.
And he would pull them through, take those rent payments, get them hooked back up on drugs. Like that place is a mess.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go fast now. Before we actually keep on going.
Yes.
We want you to do something for us.
Yes. If you're watching right now on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or whatever, any social media platform that you have a like or love button, right now it's time to Hulk smash.
I love it.
Hulk smash that like button and that love button. Again, this helps with the algorithms for our videos. So right now, go over there real quick. Hulk smash. I need a hammer.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, hit that like button, hit that love button right now. Okay, now, go on.
Now, we're going to keep on going. So this was in the middle of COVID. It was a racket like he was telling you about, and we're going to fly through the rest of it. We were trying to do evictions, but it was in a COVID environment, so we had all these kinds of rules and delays and everything. Eventually, we were able to evict some of them and then evict another section, and it's like we just ended up doing them in phases, and it ended up anybody who was tying us up for whatever reasons due to COVID got shifted to phase 2 and then phase 3. So it was crazy. We had a ton of break-ins.
Oh, break-ins. We put SimpliSafes in all the units. Well, they just went in and stole all the Simple. I can't even count how many SimpliSafe units we actually went.
Yes.
But they were breaking windows. They were going in through the attic, down into rooms. In
order to avoid our SimpliSafe.
Yeah, it was.
We're like, how are they getting in there? We've got, and a SimpliSafe is an alarm system, by the way.
Yes.
We couldn't figure it out. One of our crews said, they're getting into the attic.
Yeah, and the amount of times that we've had the police over there was more than we could count.
Yes.
I mean, they actually, I think I was on speed dial. I talked to the police like 3-4 times a week.
We even hired a patrol car.
We hired patrol cars to sit out there. We put out cameras on the units. There was guns.
Yes.
And every day the dumpsters were full of crap.
Yes.
I don't know where this stuff came from. It's just like they'd empty out the dumpster the next morning. It's full.
Yes. There was also bed bugs and cockroaches. And every time we did an inspection, if there's people still occupied and they wouldn't let us in, it was like the whole thing was just worthless. It was crazy. So we started the rehab. We started the rebranding. We tested an in-house crew. That failed miserably. So that was part of the nice horror story. We had leasing. We started doing new rates. That's what we're going to go into the part 2. This is why we had to do part 1. And this part 1 we could have done in 2 because, man, we're just flying. But when we started leasing, it was at new rates because they were completely rehabbed. But it was hard because we were still getting people out, but we were ready to move people in. But who wants to move in when they see everything that's going on? And it's nonsense and there's trash and there's horrible people screaming high as a kite. It's nuts. And then the third video is probably where we're going to talk about the refinance. We're going to give you real results of exactly what happened, but our next video is going to talk about the numbers as we know them right now.
Right.
That's the horror story, and as fast as we could possibly make it for under 8 minutes.
Well, awesome. Again, Hulk, smash that like and love button. Let us know how we're doing, though. Leave us comments. Again, if you're out driving, obviously don't leave us comments while you're driving. But go back to YouTube, go back to Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is that you're watching on. Leave us comments. Let us know how we're doing. But again, we like to keep these short and sweet. We always end with
invest smart,
live happy. Bye, everybody. Okay, Danny got really long-winded on these episodes, so she wanted to let you know something.
Don't forget to come to our free Facebook groups. This is where you can hear inside. Yes, they're inside private conversations, but we're talking about money. I know money's a taboo topic, but we don't want it to be. That's why we're doing these videos. So join us, talk to us, get in the conversations that we're having in those groups. Go to facebook.com/groups/freedom through passive income. And if you're on LinkedIn and you like that better, just go to the search bar, type in freedom through passive income. You should be able to find us. And if you can't, just message me and I'll invite you. Okay, that's it. Bye.
Nothing in the show should be considered specific personal or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss.